Okay, today we move to chapter 5 for step 2, estimation. This chapter actually is the link, always linked to the chapter 4 sampling, right? So once you have the technique that you can recognize the case of sampling, normally the question will ask you to carry out the unbiased the estimation for the data, right? So if you refer to the notes, okay, so binomial distribution, you need to know NP, the parameter, the Poisson distributions that you need to know about lambda, the only one parameter for Poisson, and the normal distributions, okay, you need to know about mu and sigma square, right? Sigma square, mu mean variance, and mu means means, and sigma square mean the variance, right? So these are the parameters for the population. Okay, so for these chapters, why we need to do the unbiased estimate, because we do not know, okay, the parameter, right? Most probably these chapters, if they want you to calculate the unbiased estimates of mean or unbiased estimates of the variance, okay, they will give you the raw data. They will give you a raw data. Maybe they will give you individual data, or they give you the data in sum. Let's say sum of x square, or any other things. All right. So normally you will see the raw data, okay, first, before you use the unbiased estimate to calculate the parameter. Okay. So uh, some things you need to catch about the keywords, random sample, and normally the question will ask you to calculate the unbiased estimate, variance or mean. Okay, part one. Then part two, they will ask you to use the unbiased estimate of variance or mean to calculate the other things, right? So normally once you calculate the unbiased mean and variance, try to keep, if this is not a final answer, you try to keep in exact value. Exact value means can be in the fractional form, or can be in the third form, or can be in any other forms that carry out the exact value, because most probably you will need it for further calculation. If this is the final answer, you need this one for final answer for part one, you can keep in the 3SF, right? Okay, so for unbiased estimate, same things, an unbiased estimate of a population means, okay, so you need to use the sample mean to calculate the population mean. uh, the mean will be equal to same thing, sum of x over n, right? So this one will applicable to random sample also, right? And if the question asks you to calculate the unbiased estimate of the population means, okay, so you use a sample to estimate the population variance, okay. The symbol that given is using x square, okay, is similar to the sigma square, is equal to 1 over n minus 1, okay, sum of x square minus sum of x square over n, right? So this part you must be careful, is a sum of x square over n. It's not the mean square. So this part you must be careful about that. Okay, and this equation actually is given in your formula booklet, right? So you can open and have a look, right? It's under the probability and the statistic, right? And you will use these two formula, I think, until your further statistic, right? So if you forgot about it, just open and see, don't force yourself. Okay, confirm the formula, how to apply it, the formula form, then apply it, right? So don't force yourself, and remember, because student always make mistake at the behind part of the unbiased estimate of variance. So if you're not sure, open and see, compare one more time, then carry out the calculation, right? Okay. Okay, as I mentioned that normally if you need to have a okay, if you need to calculate the unbiased estimate, normally they will give you raw data, right? Raw data. So let's say we go for example one. A magazine conducted a survey about the sleeping time, okay, of adults. Of adults, okay. A random sample of 12 adults was chosen from the adults traveling to work on a train. Okay. Part one. Give a reason why this is an unsatisfactory sample for the purpose of survey. Okay, why? Why? Why this question? Part one actually asking your explanation about why this is not a good sample. Why? Okay. So if you read back to the question, okay, the magazine conducted a survey about the sleeping time of adults. Okay, so means this need to cover all types of adults. Okay, but the sample, okay, only take on 12 adults was chosen from the adults that traveling to work on a train. Okay, so uh why this is not a good adult good sample, you can say that the adults traveling to work on the train are not representative of all adults, right? So 1 marks. Normally explanation 1 mark. If you see 2 marks, mean you need two sentence, at least two reason. Okay, so if 1 mark means you can say the adults on the train is not, you cannot represent all the adults, because they are the adults that go to work by using maybe by driving car, okay, maybe by cycling, maybe, okay, or maybe the walking distance is very near, then you can by walking. So okay, so you have your own explanation, but the main key thing is like you just mentioned that, okay, this cannot represent all adults. Okay, main things. Okay, so part one. Part two. Okay, part two. State the population for which the sample will be satisfactory. Okay, so now you need to change your population. Okay, so if you just take the adults that are traveling to work on train as a sample, so you need to change your population that suit to this sample. So what kind of population that you can mention, right? So this one, I think only one answer lah. Okay, you can mention that a satisfactory population will be adults who travel to work on this train. Okay, right, as simple, specific. Okay, so the satisfactory population will be adults who travel to work on this train, right? So you can see that in step two, there are a lot of question, although it's 1 mark or maximum 2 marks, so they will ask you to give a reasonable or flexible answer to the question, right? So you have to, but the answer cannot run very much, right? Because the theoretically background is that, but you need to answer according to the context, as I mentioned many times already. All right, so you need to answer according to the context, right? Okay, part three. Calculate unbiased estimate of mean and variance or and of the sleeping time of adults. Okay. Oh, that's all forgot to ask you. So unbiased estimate mean is a fair. We will not bias to any side, so it's a fair estimation. We just assume that this is a fair estimation. Okay. So part three, they ask you to calculate the unbiased estimate. Normally the question will mention. Okay, unbiased estimate mean and variance of the sleeping time of adults. Okay, so in order to calculate that, you need, because you had the raw data from 4.6, right, mentioned there, okay, until 7.2, right, given by the question. Okay, so you need to calculate sum of x first, easy, is how much, okay, then you need to calculate sum of x squared first, is how much, right? So this is simple because once you have these two, you can direct put inside the equation that given just now and calculate the values. Okay, so this one you cannot take shortcut. So sum of x is equal to plus 6.8 plus until 7.2. Right? Okay, so this you cannot take shortcut. You have to show, right? So okay, so this one is equal to sum of x is equal to 74. Okay, so similar to sum of x squared, you need to show also. Okay, so equal to 4.6 square plus 6.8 square plus until 7.2 square. Alright, so these two need to show. So you will get that sum of x equal to 74. Okay, and you have a sum of x squared equal to 463.56. Okay, so once you have these two, you can sub inside and calculate. Okay, so now we calculate the mean. The mean, if you use the random sample to estimate, is equal to 74 over 12, right? You should get 6.166. Okay, and you can simplify to 3SF, okay, as a final answer. And don't forget your unbiased variance will be equal to 1 over n. Okay, sum of x squared minus sum of x squared n, right? So you will have this formula, and same things, you just put the values inside and calculate. Okay, is equal to 1 over, you have 1, 2, 12 and dots minus 1. Okay, just now we get 463.56. Okay, minus 74 square over 12. Be careful about the behind. It's the sum of x square, right, over 12. Okay, so if you proceed, you should get 0.657, right, for question 1. Okay. Question 2. Proceed to question 2. Okay, question 2. The height in centimeters of a random sample of 250 men undergoing a particular medical examination will measure. The data are summarized as sum of x equal to this and sum of x squared equal to 0.469.107. Calculate the unbiased estimate of the population mean and standard deviation. So you use a random sample to estimate the population mean and variance, right? Okay, so in this situation, like, okay, so something's mean equal to sum of x over n, right? And is equal to given 43205 over 250. Okay, so you will get 172.82. Okay. This question if you want, you can simplify as 173, right? 3 SF. But if you need further calculation, you should use the exact value as I mentioned before. Okay, and once you've done the mean, so you can estimate the standard deviation, right? Same things. Put it as habit. If you're not sure, every time when you want to start, write the formula first, then you start the calculation. Right. Okay, so this is a variance, unbiased SAM variance formula. Once you have this formula, you can continue. Okay, is equal to, you have 250 minus 1 and 7469107. Okay, minus 7. Okay, minus 43205 squared over 250. Okay, so you proceed and calculate, you should get your variance is equal to about this one, right? So if you want to calculate standard deviation, you may direct calculate standard deviation as is equal to square root of the full thing and square root of this, and you should get the unbiased standard deviation is equal to 3.12, right? 3.12. Right, so this is for question 2, right? Okay.